Hi, I'm Anne. Today I'm going to prepare my fabrics for Sewcialites 3. I like to put a good bit of starch on them and stiffen them up so that they're more stable for sewing and pressing. They're going to behave a little bit more like paper than fabric by the time I get done with them. And so I'm using this linnet starch. A lot of people used the Stay Flow, but it's no longer available, unfortunately. They discontinued it last year. So this is the recommended replacement. I've never used it, but I'm going to just starch one piece first and see how little I can get away with of this. And I see we've got light, medium, and heavy application. And I'm going to try medium and see how that goes with just one piece. It says 2 cups of starch to 6 cups water. So I'm going to do 1 cup starch to 3 cups water to start with. And then I will hang this over the fireplace to dry it quickly, and I'll just see how it comes out. And based on that, I'll decide whether I need to add more starch to stiffen it up or whether that's going to be good enough. So let's get started. 3 cups. I think that's right. So I literally just soak it. Just wring it gently. And my plan is to hang all my fabric on a clothes drying rack in my bathtub. Just let it drip there. But for this one test piece, I'm going to hang it over the fireplace to get it dry as soon as possible so I can see if this will be stiff enough. So let's see what happens. So I thought maybe I would throw this in the dryer to speed things up even further. And 10 minutes later, it's dry and it's stiff. So I am happy with the stiffness I have here. It's just right. So I'm going to go ahead and leave this bath at a medium starch level according to the instructions on this. And I'm going to go downstairs to the cutting table now and just cut all my fabric up into the recommended sizes. So I'll see you down there. Okay, so I've got my Sewcialites 3 info packet. It's linked in the description below. On the cover here, it tells you for what size block you decide you want to do, what your fabric requirements are. And I'm going to do the medium size, the 6-inch block. And it's telling me I need 28 fat eighths of, color fabric, and then 1¼ yards of background. And then for the setting print, 5/8 yards. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do for that yet. I won't know until the end, so I'm just going to put that to the side for now. And the binding and backing, which I am not going to starch those. So basically, I need to deal with the 28 fat eighths and the background fabric, 1¼ yards. So for now, my background is going to be black. And I've got ½ yard here, I believe. Yeah. I'm just going to start with a ½ yard of background. I'll starch more when I run short. So that's ready. And a fat eighth is half of a fat quarter, which is half the width of fabric by 1/4 yard. That's an eighth. And so that would be 21 or 22 inches by 9 inches. So that is what I'm going to cut for each of these colored fabrics. And then I'm going to give them a quick press. I think the black's fine as is. The rest of them have some pretty vicious creases, so I'm going to grab some water. got all my fabric pressed. Now I'm just going to right, so let that dry overnight. Just about a cup left in there. So I will see you back here in the morning. Good morning. Everything seems to be all dried up, so I'm just going to gather these and take them downstairs and give them a press, and then we can do a little side by side and see just how beneficial it is to starch your fabric. So I'm going through and pressing all these. They're pretty wrinkly, but I did want to show you side by side just the way these fabrics look. You can tell that this one to my right here is starched and this one is not. Quite a bit stiffer, and you can really feel it. I don't think I've starched anything for maybe a year or so. I don't remember exactly when, but it's been a while. And when I had this long line of scrappy quilts that I've been making, I haven't been starching. The pieces are just too small, and you get used to working with unstarched fabric after a bit. But for me, it's a struggle going from starched fabric to unstarched fabric. In the very beginning, until you get used to it again, it's kind of a bummer. So, so I am excited to work with starched fabric again for this Sewcialites quilt along, but I'm not looking forward to going back to not starching. So yeah, the benefits of starching, if I was to bullet list them, would be less fraying. This fraying was already happening, but you're not going to hardly see any more fraying at all while you're working with the fabric, which fraying is one of the most annoying things to me. Fraying and the stability of the fabric is better. So when you're stitching on the bias or stitching at all, the feed dog's pulling it along, whatever, the fabric is just stiffer and more stable, and it's just not going to stretch as much. Pressing open is a lot easier to do with starched fabric. And again, with the skill building blocks, there is going to be a certain amount of pressing open you'll want to do. You don't have to, but yeah. So then other benefits are more accurate cutting. It's just cleaner to cut when they're nice and stiff under your ruler and your blade than when they're kind of stretchy and wanging around. So when your cutting's more accurate, your stitching is more accurate, your pressing is better. Those are the three components to, making accurate quilt blocks. So when you can put improvement to all three of those activities, then you're going to be ahead of the game for sure. And you can start focusing more on your accurate 1/4 inch seam and some of the other techniques of quilting. So it's not just trying to get fabric to behave. So if you have problems with your piecing coming out too small in the end, it could be, that you're putting too much steam to unshrunk fabric. So when you pre-shrink your fabric, like starching will do, you can pour more steam to it when you're pressing. So if you haven't planned on starching, but after watching this decide that you might want to, you don't need to use this kind or any particular kind, but just run to the grocery store. Almost every grocery store I've been in sells Niagara spray starch. It's aerosol. And I used to just put a vinyl tablecloth down on my bed. You can put anything waterproof, but then I would just lay my fabric on there and totally soak it. And either hang it to dry, or you could even just leave it laying there to dry. But it should dry overnight, and you should have nicely starched fabric ready for you. That Niagara is really nice stuff. It actually leaves a very clean finish. The finish on this starch is a little bit dirtier. I don't mind it, but the Niagara is super clean, so I think you'd be happy with that. So anyway, I hope that this pre-starching helps in the end. Our first block is in 2 days, and please join me this weekend for a new segment I'm going to be doing with my friend Maura called Block Talk, where we're just going to discuss how that week's Sewcialites 3 block went for us. And we're going to share with you any tips that come out of our struggles, and talk about how many times we rip seams and all that fun stuff. So join us for that, and I will see you then.